Hello and welcome to the Conscious Leadership Podcast. My name is Julie Hogbin and I am the creator and founder. This podcast covers every aspect of conscious leadership and the Conscious Leadership Code. And if there is a particular example or angle or subject you would like an episode on, please reach out and let me know and I will create it specifically for you. I love analysing speeches from leaders to find out how well they were written and how inspirationally they were delivered. And I have analysed a speech that was written well and delivered well. And it doesn't matter whether you agree with the message or the speaker, or whether you disagree with the message and the speaker. It can be valued for what it shows within the words and the syntax of the message. And that is a key point to remember with the power of words. We put one wrong word in there or one right word in there and it completely changes the meaning. And remember, when we are communicating, the meaning of our communication is basically what is received by others. So we say something, and remember, communication comes in visual, vocal and verbal. So it's not just the words, it's how we say it and what we look like and sound like when we say it. So the words are important. And when it's an emotionally charged area, item, subject, context, concept, we have to be doubly careful on how we say what we say. And this is just about the power of words on this one. So this speech that I analysed is the forerunner to a huge, huge change involving many, many people, many businesses and many stakeholders. And it will have an immense impact on many, and it will be closely watched globally. So please listen. I also put this out on as an article on LinkedIn if you want to go and read it. So please listen in and take the lessons from the words. And if you need a change within your organisation or how you communicate, please reach out. It's part of what I do in my business. It's part of what I've done for decades. And I've been analysing speeches for a long time and training communication, leadership, management, etc., into businesses and with individuals. So this particular speech that I analysed will affect working practices, working processes, business hierarchy, relationships locally and far and wide, individual values, consciously or unconsciously, management styles, if there is one apart from none, leadership styles, whatever it may be, role responsibilities, accountability channels, communication in all its guises and languages, revenue, income streams, stakeholders. So this one speech is going to affect a lot. And very often in business, speeches affect a lot, but they're not really always considered. So what I've done, I've taken out the identifiers and I've left the key message, which could almost be a speech made by any leader who knew things had to change. And the speech that I've looked at this time round was made on the 13th of December 2022 in London. So what I've done is I have taken all of the extremities away. I've taken all of the identifiers away, and I've just taken the words that give the key point of the message. So there's a complex moral dimension to ... the balancing of our duty to support people in ... need, and with the responsibility to have genuine control of our ... understandably provokes strong feelings. Now the ... for those of you that haven't already caught on, is the thing. So in reality, you could replace anything into the ... bit. And so it is my view that the basis for any solution shouldn't just be what works, but what is right. The simplest moral framing for this issue is fairness. It is unfair on those with a genuine case for ... when our capacity to help is taken up by people that are perfectly ... above all. It is unfair on the ... people who play by the rules. Please listen to this and take whatever messages you want to take out of it, but these are really strong sentences and information being delivered. People are right to be angry ... because they see what I see ... which is that this simply isn't fair ... enough is enough. And unless we act now and decisively, this will only get worse. Seriously think about the messages that are being delivered here. Now, whether it comes to fruition and how it comes to fruition, that's something we will all have to look for. I'm sort of monitoring this as it goes through. And last week, this group set a long-term ambition for a ... Of course, this is not a panacea, and we need to go much further. Over the last month, the ... and I have studied every aspect of this issue in detail, and we can now set out 5 new steps today. 1. First, our policing of the ... has been too fragmented, with the different people doing different things being pulled in different directions. We will establish a new, permanent, unified ... operational command. This will bring together our capabilities and it will coordinate our intelligence, interception, processing and enforcement, and use all available technology. We're adding new staff and also doubling the funding given to the partner. He spoke it much better than I did at that point. These extra resources will free up officers to go back to ... my 2 words, their job. We must end this. 3. It is unfair and appalling that we are spending pounds ... every day on inappropriate resources. We will shortly bring forward a range of alternative options that have already been identified. Our aim is to add ... at half the cost, and we will work to achieve this as quickly as possible. We will double the number of caseworkers. 4. We need to process ... in days or weeks, not months or years. And we are radically re-engineering the end-to-end process ... with shorter guidance, fewer interviews, less paperwork, and introducing specialist caseworkers. We will reduce the period from ... to ... the legal minimum set out. As a result of all these changes, we will triple the productivity of our caseworkers, and we expect to abolish the backlog of decisions by the end of next year, 2023. 5. A third of all these cases are deemed safe. The ... of ... has himself said there is no reason why we cannot ... immediately. Last year ... rejected almost 100% of ... claims, yet our rejection rate is just 45%. That must not continue. So today, I can announce a new agreement with ... and a new approach. There are 5 new approaches which include the words, so we will significantly raise the threshold someone has to meet. For the first time, we will actually require objective evidence of ... rather than just a suspicion, allowing us to ... with confidence and in line with ... As a result of these changes, the vast majority of claims can simply be declared clearly unfounded. There will be a new dedicated unit expediting cases within weeks, staffed by 400 new specialists. Even with the huge progress we will make with the changes I have announced today, there still remains a fundamental question. How do we resolve this problem once and for all? This is not what previous generations intended when they drafted our ... However well intended, our frameworks are being manipulated by people who exploit our ... to frustrate ... for months or years on end. I said, enough is enough, and I mean it. And that means I am prepared to do what must be done. We will introduce new ... to make unambiguously clear that if you ... illegally, you should not be here to ... here. Instead, you will be detained and swiftly returned either to your home or to a safe ... where your claim for ... will be considered. And you will no longer be able to frustrate removal attempts with late or spurious claims or appeals. And once removed, you should have no right to ... or ... And furthermore, if our reforms on ... are challenged in the ... we will also ensure the ... treatment of ... is no different from that of ... or ... We will work with the ... to identify those most in need, so the ... remains ... for the most ... And we will introduce an ... on numbers set by ... in consultation with ... to determine our capacity and amendable in the face of ... emergencies. This is the fair way to address this challenge. Tackling this problem will not be quick, it will not be easy, but it is the right thing to do. Because we cannot persist with a system that was designed for a different era, we have to stop the ... and this ... will do what must be done. We will be tough but fair, and where we lead, others will follow. Now, this is about a third of the speech, as there were details I removed purely for this exercise, and these were the key points for this article, for this podcast episode. So what do you think? And what learnings or observations would you like to add? Let me know. Message me, contact me. I'm across all the social medias. So what do you think? And what learnings or observations would you like to add? Where could you use some of this speech? Because the majority of it could be ultimately used for any situation that had got out of hand. So this could actually relate to many relationships, many businesses, many management interactions, many leadership interactions. The last 2 years, this is where am I now, recording this 6th of January 23. The last few years have been really tough on businesses. Are your staff teams doing what is required for you to manage, to maintain, to grow your business? Or are they not? Is the percentage of your workforce working at over 80%? I have talked to directors who've told me they're working at 50%. They're coasting into retirement in the past. So please think about, where can you use some of this speech? If you make a speech to your audience, where can some of these, if you like, the intent of the sentences be transmitted to your situation? So it's a good speech. Whether you agree with it or not is a whole another thing. But the words, the syntax, how it's joined together, how it was presented was very good. So please reach out if this resonates. Please reach out if you need support with change. Please reach out if you want to get some feedback on a speech that you are going to make or have made that perhaps didn't get you the result that you wanted. Please reach out. I am here to help. And bye for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. And if you have found it useful, please leave a review. And if you have found it useful, please share it with others that will find it useful as well. If you want to know more about my publishing, please follow me through to the Amazon author page. And if you would like to follow me on any of my other social media channels, please do, which also includes a YouTube channel.